A very good morning to you and welcome to the weekend edition of TVC Breakfast, where we bring to you all the exciting news in the world of sports, entertainment, and current affairs. And you won't want to miss anything on the program. It promises to be interesting, educative, and informative, and that's why you need not to leave the screen as we bring to you all the nitty-gritty on the program. This morning, I'm Emmanuel Ajayi. And I'm here with my colleague, Olamide. A very good morning to you.
Good morning, Emmanuel. It's a very windy and cold morning, and I hope you didn't have any issues coming to work.
It's a raining Saturday here in Lagos, and I know there's this thing, especially when it rains in Lagos, people feel calm, cool, especially with that scorching sun that we had during the week.
Of course, we need the weather. However, we saw an advisory early this morning from the Lagos State government of a diversion of traffic inward, that's Uguduka Wash, up to Bagada, Yanaworo area. So we had a little bit of traffic early this morning coming to work coupled with the rain. But anyways, we're here. So
let's kickstart with the BF of activities, especially in Kano, where Sanusi Sanusi was reinstated as by Kano Governor Abba Yusuf as the governor, as the emir of that particular state when he was dethroned by the government of Abdullahi Ganduje. The reinstatement of Emir of Kano, Muhammad Sanusi II, returned to the Kano Emir Palace in the early hours of yesterday, where the emir arrived at the Kano Royal Palace, accompanied by Governor Abba Yusuf, his deputy, and the Speaker of the Kano State House of Assembly. However, heavy security has been deployed was deployed to Kano Emir Palace to maintain law and order, and the Emir were interacting with journalists, expressed joy at the development, thanking the government of the state and also the national level for their particular support. Let's take a listen to this particular soundtrack.
We thank him for life and for good health. As you know, I was appointed the 14th Emir of the single Emirate of Kano in June 2014. And now I'm reappointed as the Emir of the single Emirate of Kano. In between that period, we did not have a single emirate. We had 5 Balkanized emirates, and this was an injustice to the history of Kano. It was an attack on our history, on our culture, on our traditions. It was an act of betrayal to our family. We thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that today the emirate has been unified again. Its people have been brought together, that an injustice has been corrected.
Well, that was the Emir of Kano there. Just moments after Muhammad Sanusi returned to the palace, the 15th Emir of Kano, Aminu Bayero, touched down at the Kano airport. Recalled that on Thursday when the new Emir was reinstated. He was out of the town on a trip to Ogun State. Meanwhile, the Deputy Governor of Kano State, Aminu Gwarzo, says the arrival of the former Emir, Aminu Bayero, changes nothing, and that any attempt to remove the new Emir will be resisted.
Nobody is vacating anywhere. And we are being told that they are going to use force to come in and remove the new Emir and brought back the former Emir. That will be resisted vehemently by the people of the state. You can see people trooping in here. And certainly, people will not allow that to happen. We will do everything, we will use every means to resist it.
Well, we'll bring you more development as they unfold in Kano. But Olamide, what do you make of this new development coming from Kano at this time?
What is going on in Kano seems like a movie. actually, because
Some describe it
the
as even a drama.
as a drama, because the Northern Elders Forum actually predicted that there might be tensions following this replacement. Don't forget that these emirs had their own followers, and you know, it's sort of sending them to exile or sending them out of the palace. Of course, it will be met with some sort of reaction. You remember, this is not the first time something like this has happened. About 30 years ago or 40 years ago under Governor Rimi of that same state. But he was not able to recover, and he had to step down after trying to, you know, divide the Kano Emirate into about 5. And so we are just going to wait for the 15th Emir, that's Aminu Bayero, to see if you will be coming to the palace. But it's important to also say that TVC had an exclusive with the 16th Emir on the throne as at midnight. So we'll just wait for the reaction. According to the deputy governor, saying that any attempt to remove the new emir will be resisted. It's sort of sending a message of aggressiveness ahead. But let's wait for
what we see at the moment is that politics is at play.
Of course.
With what is happening, because when you look at the former emir and the news the new emir, they are family. So what is happening at the moment is quite interesting.
So we had a guest on the breakfast yesterday also discussed this, and they mentioned that this is purely politics. If you look at the trend by which the current emir, that's the 16th emir, Sanusi, was removed and sent on exile, it was also not, you know, extended a level of courtesy, leaving the palace. And so maybe this is an extension of that. But I believe that because of the conservativeness of that region, maybe a closed-door meeting may have worked with both parties to inform them ahead. And so it ensures that things are not just done irrationally, and we are waiting for some level of... they said the governor is at the palace also waiting to see the reaction from the former emir. Also waiting for the emir to leave the palace. I heard he was on a visit to Ogun State, to the Awujale. And while he left the palace, another emir was installed. So let's just wait for the next move. I think that's the major
we have a breaking story here, which
discussions.
says that Governor Yusuf orders arrest of the 15th emir of Kano, Aminu Bayero, as he arrives at Nasarawa GRA Palace amidst tight security and cheering crowd of supporters. And that is the latest coming from Kano at the moment. So interesting times are here.
So this is confirming what the Northern Elders Forum said, that this might lead to some sort of tension. Having the former emir arrested, I really do not think that's the right way to go. But if it is to contain the situation right now, that's fine. But at this level, looking at the conservativeness of that region, a closed-door meeting and a discussion with major stakeholders will work, and not aggressiveness.
You know, there's a court order restraining the governor not to present certificate of appointment
so
to
for
the 16th emir.
For that court order, they released an ex parte order to restrict the appointment. That is just sort of waiting, but it came in too late already. According to what the governor said, it came in too late. And so obviously that's is not valid. Even the governor said the judge who released this ex parte order is not even in the country. And so you really cannot relate to the current realities in that state right now. So let's just wait.
We just have to wait so that we will not become the judge in this matter.
Yes, we will not be preempting what will happen at that time. But we are just going to wait, hoping that this does not lead to much bigger problems. Because what the emir should be here for is sort of trying to address some of the tensions, especially the security concerns in that area. Don't forget that they sort of have a reservation or respect for their paramount ruler. So we're just going to wait.
And this calls for questioning the sanctity and integrity of traditional institutions in the country when we're having politics at play at this time?
So the religious, the traditional rulers, so to speak, I believe that should not be subject to the whims and caprices of the governor. I feel like they should have their own constitutional power and not having to depend on local government's funding. In other words, they might be used as negative tools, especially during elections. You understand? So remember that this the current Emir, the Emir that is back, had a sort of, also with the former governor, Ganduje, who is now the chairman of the APC. And so I believe that this will sort of have a political implication.
Definitely. It will have.
Yes.
Let's move on.